Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about our whiskey journeys and where we are at right now. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jeff Andreezy, Lenny Eckstein, and Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey. Hello, everyone.
Hey, so yeah, fun time today. We've got Beka. She's in the dark. Her power went out. She's on her cell phone now, battery. So yeah, no light in the house.
No, lighting candles.
Working by candles. So that's pretty interesting. This is a first for the Bourbon Daily. Here we are. 3,001 shows into this thing for this to happen. This is when it finally happened. So we knew it was going to come at some point, and here it is. So very cool. As we record this, I know it's after now, but as we record this, it's before Christmas. Lenny, did you go to the Christmas tree lot this year? Because we love the updates of hearing you at the Christmas tree lot. Did that happen this year?
A good story about that. So the short story is no. The longer is that something like was mumbled, like my kid might have said something about getting a Christmas tree, and I was like, you know what we could do? We could repurpose.
Cash not to.
So we've got this piece of decor, for lack of a better term, and it's basically like a big stick. It's a piece of driftwood, but it's mounted, so it's like very vertical.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. But I was like, that could be our Christmas tree, not thinking anybody would buy into it. So he was all over. He's like, yes, it's a Christmas stick.
Nice.
No branches, no leaves, no green to fall off.
Uh-huh.
And when Amy mentioned go and get a tree, at this point I was on the road. I was in St. Louis actually. Okay. He drew a line. Was like, nope, we're doing the stick. So actually, I have a photo I could show you. But
okay, so yeah. It's there's lights on here, and is there any ornaments on a place to the lights, or what's happening here?
Yep, all of it. There are lights, tinsel, ornaments. There's actually a Neely Family Distillery ornament.
Okay.
The only part that Amy was regretful about and didn't tell Arlo about, like when she wrapped the lights in the tinsel, there was a lot of extra at the top, so she's going around the top. The top has a big bulge, so it's
this might be a new trend, Lenny. It sounds kind of interesting and fun.
It's sort of like a rustic Festivus pole,
right?
Yeah, I'll find the image in a second, but no Christmas tree lot. We just have a Christmas stick this year, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Ryan, did your staff get your Christmas tree up and everything?
Well, not yet, actually, Akeley. We are a little bit behind this year, and there's a reason for that. Because this past summer, my water heater is above my living room. When I was out of town, it decided to spring a leak and flood my living room. And I just had the wood floors replaced last week. And so actually this past Friday, a couple of days ago, they finished. And so I was withholding doing any kind of Christmas decor until that was done. So it is done. So it is on the docket to do this evening, actually. So
okay, gotcha. This evening. Lenny, flash that up there again. Let's see that thing. Okay.
Yes. Hard to see, but
it is. Give me a sec. I'm getting there. There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
so
there you go.
It's like an upright log. With Maybe a telephone pole.
A Christmas stick.
Yeah.
I love it.
Go.
That's
There's,
nice.
there's
the Neely family. Yeah.
Ooh, pretty.
I love it. That's a great idea.
That is nice. That is nice.
Fabulous.
Well, that's not what we're talking about today, though. Ryan said there's a question that's been pressing for him. What is that, sir?
Yeah, well, it's kind of fitting for this time of year since there's a lot of travel going on, a lot of people flying different places to see different people, and I'm just curious about when you're flying with your significant other, and you have seats next to each other, but then there's maybe the row in front of you opens up and there's no one in that. Do you guys think it's rude to leave your significant other to go sit in that row and you leave them alone? Or like, how do you guys approach this situation? Or do you stick together and you're sitting side by side, even though there's an empty row ahead of you right there or across the aisle or something?
Completely empty row?
Yeah, completely empty. Completely empty.
Completely empty. Yeah.
And
Empty.
and there is someone in the row with you.
Yes.
Well,
Like
your
not just
significant
your
other.
significant other. There's some stranger.
Yeah, either way.
No.
Okay.
Let's just say it's a seat, empty seat, Lenny's wife, and then a whole row in front of you. Do you go grab the empty row, Lenny, or
Right.
If it's 3 seats in a row and it's me and Amy and no one's in that third seat, neither of us are moving. If somebody is in that third seat and one of us is like, inevitably
in the middle?
them, we're 100% getting up and moving to that front seat.
Yeah. Good point.
Would the two of you then move together, though? I guess would be the point.
Yeah. If there were 3 seats and there was not a single person there, then we'd both be like, fuck this shit.
That's not how his question wanted to go. He wanted to see if you'd separate from your significant other. Is there a scenario? So the answer for Lenny's no, I think. I think the answer is no.
I mean, it's if there's somebody else in the row.
Yeah.
No, but you're not separating from your spouse, and he's trying to, or significant other for Ryan, of course. He's dating whoever he's paying that weekend.
I know this wasn't the question, but when I am, and I've done this, and I will do it every single opportunity, is if it's me, Amy, and Arlo, and if there's a seat open, I leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just too much. Yeah.
It's too much. Yeah. God forbid you're with the people that you love the most in the world. I mean,
Terrible.
Yeah, could you imagine spending time with your wife and daughter?
The
son, I guess. I mean,
questions
sorry.
thrown my way about video games and Legos. It's too much.
It's too much.
You're on the flight. You need some downtime. You need some shut eye. Put some music in your ears and just chill. Right? Yeah. I got you,
Lenny. So you were like always like growing up, like 35 years old, where you wouldn't ask kid stuff like Legos and stuff like that. You were never an annoying kid.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I waited till I was an adult.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Tough
enough.
crowd, Lenny. I'm sorry, buddy. Tough
Yeah,
crowd.
there's no way Jeff's moving. There's no way.
There's one situation where if it's a really long flight, and I'm going to lay down. If there's 3 seats, I'm taking them all, and I'm crashing. I'm going to put the armrest up and crash them. But under no other circumstance could I see that happening.
Really?
And would you get a little
separate from the artist
from your spouse or not, or would she understand?
No.
Oh, she'd be good. I'd ask her if she wants to lay down first, and she'd say no.
She'd say no. She's going to stay.
Go ahead. Even though
she'd say no. I'd prefer to sit here and talk with you, Jeff. And you'd be like, "Well, no, I'm moving. I'm going to go up to the row up in front of us." Yeah,
that could happen too. That could happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some discussion first.
Sure. And then you wake up. You go to your deep sleep up there. You wake up and there's someone else.
I snore so bad. She'd rather have me move.
Okay. Snoring in the plane. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I get the elbow.
Well, there's nobody to give you the elbow though if you're there.
I know. I won't. That's why I'll move.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't mind.
Okay. All right. Becca. Becca would move. Yeah, Becca would definitely move.
Well, so here's the thing. I'll move.
Sure.
Royce does not want me to move.
Right.
He's like, no, we need to sit together, and I'm like,
yeah.
I guess.
You're my loving wife. Yes, I would like you to be next to me. That's what he's saying. I'm talking for him at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that in his mind. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
He doesn't want me to move, but I want to move.
Right.
Absolutely.
So do you move?
If it's a 3, honestly, if it's a 3-row like across, like if we have 3 seats, then we'll just maybe spread apart.
Yeah.
It really just kind of depends again, like how long the flight is.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
she'd definitely separate. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I'll separate for sure. I will definitely.
Yeah.
I will.
I know how she is. She would. I would too, of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't be able to get up quick enough once I saw that row there. I'd be worried someone else would grab it. So yeah,
you'd be running out of that seat.
Yeah. I would push the warden out of the way. As excuse me, I'm getting up there. There's just a whole row open there.
What if it was like on your honeymoon flight? Would you still leave your moon wife?
Yeah, because you could. That's so early on. If you could get an annulment easily if things go right in that seat up there.
Not 100% related to this question or at all related, but a very recent flight that myself, Amy, and Arlo took. We're walking onto the plane, and we're walking towards the back of the plane where our seat is, and Arlo takes notice of first class and the extra leg room, and he looks up. He's like, "Why do we have to sit in third class?" Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So lesson in economics, Arlo.
Why do we have to sit in third class? Nice.
Down in steerage.
Yeah. Ryan, you asked the question. Now, this is an interesting one for you because I assume that as a billionaire, whoever you're with is like, this is an important thing for them. They're now traveling with they're thinking, I've got my hooks into this guy. And so they're pretty excited. A flight it's different than just a dinner out. They're like, he's taking me somewhere at this point. And this is a big move. And all of a sudden you're like, you know what? There's an open row up there. I think I'm going to go up there so I can relax. And so I would assume you'd make the move, but it's going to be traumatic for whoever you're with.
It's a good test of the relationship if she understands or if she does not. And so it is a very important situation to manage with somebody. Certainly someone that you're considering spending the rest of your life with, kind of those things. So it's one of those tests. And so it's important to
have you ever
to be in this scenario,
spending your life with someone, Ryan?
That's beside the point. And so I separate, and hopefully the person I'm with understands and probably is leading the way if they're the right person. And so that is the current situation. That there's no double thoughts about it. There's an empty row. One of us is going. No doubt about it.
So, no doubt about it.
And no hard feelings, none at all.
Sure.
So you're taking that row as quick as you can.
There you go. I think I got it right, other than Endrizzy, and I don't think Endrizzy's moving. I think he's like, he's too in love. So yeah, he's not moving. No way.
Which is endearing.
Yeah, it is endearing. Especially endearing that he thinks that we don't know. That's endearing for us too. Yeah, we know. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Lenny, who's it got to be in a very stressful time for him as we record this. Like I said, it's right before the we know he hates the holidays. Anything to do
so much so that I'm leaving the country.
Right, exactly.
I am drinking in honor of the TTB finally ratifying American Single Malt as the newest whiskey category. I'm going to drink some of my own Deer Hammer American Single Malt.
Okay. Nothing there. No, nothing.
Like bullshit. Nothing at all.
Whoa, the language.
At all.
Miss Beka Sue, can you even cork pop in the dark here?
Of course I can cork pop in the dark. Now what it sounds like, hell if I know, but
you're gonna be on the phone, so it'll be
I'm on the phone, so we'll see. I've got some Wild Turkey 101 rye.
Okay.
There wasn't much there.
There was nothing there.
Yeah, so it was.
It's opened?
She went. Yeah. She went apparently. So
I've got his headphone in. Okay, so just fucking leave me alone.
Yeah,
I'm dealing with not having power.
Okay.
2.
Lenny has the lead. His was at least somewhat audible. So Ryan, you're next. You can take the lead. 3 people into this, I'm thinking.
I know. I'm excited for this opportunity. That I think the door's wide open. So let's see if I can take advantage of it. It's with an important bottle. It is Legal Eagle.
Okay.
Whoop, sorry. There you go. Sorry. It's Legal Eagle. And it is from the Dark Outpost Distillery in Rhode Island. And it was a bottle made especially for promotion of one of the founders when she got her colonel promotion a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
And so, yeah, pretty cool deal. So here we go.
Hey!
Ryan has the lead.
Wow.
3 people in, and it's legit. We didn't even give that to him. That's legit. Jeff, What do you got there? What do you got? Jeff, you're on mute.
I don't know what's going on here.
This may get annoying at some point.
I know. I'm sorry about that. 10th Mountain. It's almost gone. It's a problem. It's going to be gone tonight.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
There was nothing.
4 in.
All right. So Ryan's got the lead. I'm gonna throw him a bone here. I'm gonna go for one that's almost empty here. I got a Leopold 8 here. So this is the one that's finished in the 3-chamber rye barrel. Let's see what we got here. Going easy on Ryan. Let's see if it works for him. No, hardly nothing. Ryan wins. How about that?
First time for everything.
A miracle.
Ryan,
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
it is a Christmas miracle. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's Whiskey Odyssey time. We're going to be talking about where we're at on our respective bourbon journeys. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
My teeth doesn't like ice cream. This is MacLeod, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
That's a pro. That's a pro right there. Take MacLeod.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about our bourbon journeys.
Yes, we are. All of us have taken one heck of a ride, I'll say that. It's been crazy stuff. If you think about if anybody in this group would have never started drinking bourbon, their lives would be very different, very, very different at this point. So, talk to us about where you're at on your bourbon journey, and are you done? Are you just kind of coasting at this point? Is there more things to come? So, what do you think about what you got going on?
I'm growing still. I'm excited about it. I love the last 10, 11, 12 years, whatever you want to call it. I'm still learning new things on a daily basis. Still getting taught lessons out on the street and distribution and whatnot, right?
Right.
I think probably that can be echoed by Lenny and Beka Sue, I'd assume as well. I know Lenny and I have had some conversations around that topic, but certainly enjoying it. I think I've said it for a long time. The best part about it is the people you meet and some of the relationships you build. So Certainly, if I was not in this business, then I would miss that aspect of things quite a bit. So,
Yeah. So you got a new brand ambassador.
Got a new brand ambassador. Yeah, I sure do. Got Jeff down in Colorado Springs, who I think you might be alluding to, the Colorado whiskey guy, came on board with us.
Colorado whiskey guy.
Yeah.
He was going to be doing some stuff for you. So
yeah, exactly. He's a fun dude. So
seems to be like a good ambassador, very positive guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
Heart's in the
what
right
you're looking
place
for.
for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. What about you, Lenny? Where are you at on the journey?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this question a lot earlier today, and I was thinking about how it all started. And I came from a place of like, if there was a whiskey in front of me, I was drinking it. It was usually I have a shot glass quickly, and my appreciation wasn't really one way or another. And folks that I really had respect for in terms of like the beer world, be it brewers or just people with good palates. Every once in a while, I catch them talking about bourbon, scotch, whatever. And it clicked that I was probably, for me anyway, that I was probably missing out on something. And I don't like missing out on things that could be awesome. So that was the start of it. And, what really kicked it off for me was around 2005. I, had a sip of Stranahan's before the product was out on the market. One of their distillers came to the bar next door with a glass. And, with that reflection and where we're at now and how things are going, and what's out there, I kind of made a decision of sorts. It's I wouldn't call it a resolution, or if it is, it's like a long-term resolution. I decided I'm not going to purchase any more bottles of bourbon or any whiskey from big brands anymore. It doesn't mean I won't drink them, but I'm only buying craft from now on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The journey's taking a turn. So there you go.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. Jeff, how about you? Where are you at, man?
Well, I think I'm.
You know what's odd here? What's kind of crazy? Jeff, and I'm not saying anything out of line here. Jeff's the oldest person on here, but I think he's the youngest in his bourbon journey. He's an infant in the bourbon journey versus the rest of us are pretty mature on where we're at and where we're going. Yeah,
never thought that say that sentence, huh, Akeley?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
That's exactly the word I was just heading for. Was I think I'm in infancy yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around whiskey. My dad always drank Windsor Canadian.
Ooh, yeah. Loves the Windsor Canadian.
That's what I thought was whiskey for many years. And
well, you grew up in Canada, so it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It was right
As
there.
As did Beka.
Yeah.
But I kind of avoided the brown liquors for a long time, but I'm at a class reunion. I don't even remember which one, but it was a pretty big one. It was the biggest at the time, obviously. And a friend said, "You ever tried Maker's Mark?" I said, "I don't even know what you're talking about." So we went to the bar to try to find some. We're up in northern Minnesota. The only bourbon they had some Jim Beam. Okay. But Beam and soda. That was my tip off. This is 15 years ago, but I'm a little bit. I don't say a little bit. I'm kind of impressionable, and that just kind of started me going down the path. Well, let's try a few things. We happen to have a pretty good liquor store in Fargo and Grand Forks. Happy Harry's. They carry a pretty good variety, and it was growing. So I'd stop in there anytime I got to those two towns, Fargo or Grand Forks, and tried to pick something up. And the next thing you know, you realize there are some things that are stronger, more complex, wonderful opportunities to learn some stuff. And I kind of like learning, still like learning. My boss says I should learn more about my job, but that's a different story. I'll stick to the whiskeys and the cigars, but I think it was 2016, maybe 17. I went to Maker's Mark. That was my first distillery tour. I did my ambassador, got to pick out my bottles, things like that. So I kind of got hooked by the gimmicks a little bit. But while out there, didn't even make any plans. And it doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but you could just drive up and you could get a tour. Mm-hmm. And I did that. I took a trip by myself, so I didn't have to change airplane seats or anything. I went out and did some tours, and since that time I've been trying to expose more mostly family, people that I'm around, and some friends, to the concept of whiskey as an alternative. And as we've gotten older and people slow down, they don't need to pound 6 or 7 beers on a Friday night. They like to sip something and enjoy it. So watching some friends come along for the ride, with 5 of us went out this past spring out to Kentucky and toured quite a few places. And my buddy now, he's texting me twice a week with a new bottle he found somewhere. And in the past, all he was drinking was Crown Royal. He loved it, but he's really opening up the opportunities. So I've dove in pretty hard, but still I feel there's just tons to learn, and I like that part of it. And I'm trying to talk our group into the next trip being Colorado and getting out and trying some of those. I still like distillery tours, but the biggest thing is I like trying new products, and that's kind of where Steve got me hooked in. And Steve's ramped my progress along the learning curve immensely. You know, the shows, being able to hang out with him, visit with him, buy things from the store.
Yeah.
That just accelerates the whole process. But there's a lot of things I'd love to go spend a few days at a distillery doing some work.
Yeah.
And watching and seeing that all happen. So long way to go, but I'm bringing some others with me, so I'm not at it alone anymore. And
well, Jeff, come on out here. Lenny and I will put you to work in a heartbeat, buddy.
Man.
Yeah.
Might I suggest a trip in August? You could come out for the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest. You could help us pour whiskey, and then you could hit all the distilleries from there.
Yeah,
that's a great idea, actually.
we like to just dive in and get to see some of that stuff. Yeah, so we've talked about the Cigar Fest out there, so that'd be another enjoyable event. So
there you go.
But I'm infancy, I maybe toddler phase. I'm getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Becca's an interesting one because it feels like, you know, you can write the book on Beka and her journey would be, you know, chapter 1 becomes a whiskey fan. Next chapter is beginning to get involved in the industry, getting on the podcast, and kind of being a little bit of a social media sensation in bourbon. And then the next chapter 3, is moving to Kentucky and getting married and all those things. And I feel like that's in Beka's place, in my mind, maybe that's the final chapter, because you're in a family business that is designed to be a legacy business that's supposed to outlive the current owners of the organization. The idea is that it gets passed along, and hopefully that there's a Neely family distillery 100 years from now. So it could be that it's a long final chapter, but I don't know, Beka, do you feel differently? Is there something else beyond this for you? Or is this is kind of it at this point?
I mean, I honestly have not even fully thought about that.
Right.
Clearly, I don't actually think about anything that's about to happen in my life. Just kind of go with the flow all the time. Mm-hmm. I had no idea that any of this was ever going to happen.
Right.
How would you have any idea? No one has any idea what their life is going to be like.
Exactly.
But it's been a pretty crazy ride. That's
Beka, so what year did you get married? You and Royce get married?
We got married in 2020. And so we're working on 5 years here coming up.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that insane, Steve?
It's fucking insane. Yeah.
That's so that's fucking wild. But like what happens next? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen next. You know, we're expanding. We've got a lot of things going on at the distillery.
Chapters in the distillery, it seems, though. You know, there's going to be growth.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are well positioned to be, a larger and larger player, and that 3 chamber is going to change things for you, and you're just going to continue to evolve and grow, which will be, other chapters. But it's the Neely family distillery chapter, just extensions of that. Yeah, which is.
And I mean, just who knows what's going to happen next? Like no one knows. So.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know my power was going to be out for this long tonight. It's
when you don't pay the power bill, that's what happens.
That's what happens.
It looks like it's off. I mean, the distillery, it's off. It looks like our neighbors are off. So like, it's not just us.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily, I've got a lot of lighted things here.
Yeah.
So.
I
don't know. I say the like everything. I think is just like I think everything's going to get a lot bigger, and
yeah.
I mean we're just going to wait and see what's going to happen next, I guess.
Yeah. I'm working on what the next chapter would be actively at this point. So for me, it starts out chapter 1 is bourbon fan. I was that my whole life all the way until about 2000, and then I became a bourbon fanatic. I went to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail and really got into those visits that I did and got to meet some people from the bourbon industry and really had the bug. And that's the chapter 2 is bourbon fanatic years, and then it moves into chapter 3 is getting involved in the industry, podcasting, and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like that window is closing. It's getting ready to. It's not happening tomorrow. It's not even happening in 2025. But it's coming. The end is coming for all that stuff. I just want to get away from a schedule, at some point. And so now I have to figure out exactly what that role for that last chapter in my bourbon journey is, where it's kind of the elder statesman, where I still want to do things. I want to be active in the industry, but I also don't want to have a schedule. I don't want to have to put out a daily bourbon show, and I don't want to have to write a huge newsletter 2 times a month and have a store that I got to be at 7 days a week and all those kind of things. I mean, that stuff's cool and I love it. It's my life now, and got it worked out with the warden. We're in that mode right now, and we're going to grow this thing, and it's going to be huge. And it's it's been amazing. The store's going incredible. The network's going incredible, but at some point that ends and we look at what's next. And I got ideas. I definitely have ideas. And
is it OnlyFans?
It's going to be OnlyFans. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it could be.
I've never seen Steve's feet, but goddamn, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, how much would you pay for that, Jeff? What's the going rate?
Make that noise.
Yeah, there you go. So yes, that's where I'm at my bourbon journey right now. Kind of at the productive years, I would say, is where my bourbon journey is, and it's going to be that way for a little bit here, and then it's on to the next chapter, and it's going to be fun. I got one pretty cool idea locked in. It's going to allow me to stay very active in the industry, but also not tied to any sort of schedule. Not I want to get away from the schedule. The whole thing of moving to the bourbon industry was you get away from the corporate job and all the things that go with corporate jobs, all the schedule and working every day at the office and all that kind of stuff. Well, I've kind of done so many things. I've kind of done that for myself at this point, but it's fun. It's been a heck of a ride. It's fun being able to do the things you love versus a corporate job where you're locked into that schedule and you're also every day is miserable and you hate it. And so
it has to feel different that schedule is yours versus
right. Correct.
All the stuff that comes with corporate. It's very little of your own.
Yeah. And it's so interesting too. And while I do have a schedule, and there's times when I can't get out of things if I don't have enough advance notice. But if I have an advance notice on something, like if you're saying, hey, in March let's all go to Colorado to hit the distilleries, I can absolutely do whatever I want. I just need to know in advance so I can make arrangements so all those things are set up. The shows are set up and ready to go. The store's covered. The newsletters are written. I mean, I just have to. I can do anything I want, which is awesome. But again, I do need advance notice because I do a lot of things. So that's
your consistency is impressive, Akeley. That's
sure. Yeah, I feel like I'm barely keeping my head above water a lot of times. So this was just the other day. So Bourbon Zeppelin comes out on the 1st and the 15th of the month. And on the 14th, I was like, shit, I haven't even started on the 15th Bourbon Zeppelin. Usually that needs to be done and loaded up and ready to deliver, So it was like, clear the schedule. I'm writing Bourbon Zeppelin. So, we're getting the Bourbon Zeppelin out. So banged that out. The warden edits for me and got all that done and loaded up that day and never missed one. That's a sense of pride for me. It comes out twice a month. I've been doing it for since 2016. Never missed an issue. Yeah. I don't. Most
discipline,
people probably
I think,
don't
is
care.
also impressive. It takes a hell of a lot of discipline, right? So nice job.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of what, it's, you do have other writers, but it's a one-man show, really, for the most part, because I got to write anything that's not written by those writers. Then I got to edit their stuff and lay it out and all that kind of stuff. And then the warden reads. Once I lay everything out and it's all set, then the warden reads it, because I sometimes have a hard time editing my own stuff. If you write something as a mistake, you'd be surprised how often you can just read it as a mistake too. Then it's just in your mind, and then as soon as she gives you that correction, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking there? How did I miss that? You know the things that are wrong, but for some reason in your own voice, it's hard to fix those things sometimes. So so that's helpful that she helps out there. Yeah, she's trying to earn those iced teas, I think.
I guess so.
She's killing me with the iced teas. Yeah. Her and her sister went out there. They're here at the house as we record this, making cookies for Christmas. And they go out to go grocery shopping, but on the way they stop to get an iced tea for the warden, and then they go grocery shopping. So, not only do I have the grocery shopping expense, I have the iced tea on the way. Do we really have to get an iced tea on the way there? Why can't we make iced tea at the house? What's that?
Are you going to eat these cookies?
Oh, of course, yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to double check. I just wanted to check and see if that was in your plan.
So does that the iced tea is a part of that component? I'd like to have the cookies without the iced tea. You get to eat the
cookies, and she's putting in the work to make the cookies. So I think that she's allowed to drink a fucking iced tea during also, that time.
Not to go too deep on this one, but why draw the line at iced tea? What beverage would be acceptable if iced tea is not?
Water.
Well, I just feel like water's good. Water's very refreshing.
If she stopped for coffee?
Steve won't drink water. Let's clear that up. Steve won't drink
water.
I drink $15 craft cocktails, but you should only be drinking water.
I drink water. And then what was your question, Lenny? Because I did have a question.
Well, is it so she went out for an iced tea?
Well, I feel like, okay, so you got to have the iced tea. It's just like anything else. If I'm saying, you want a ribeye, well, I could go buy it at the grocery store and prepare it at the house, and versus going to Sam's Steakhouse and buying a ribeye. That's the difference between, and again, it's the economies of scale are different, but it's the concept is the same. Why not make the iced tea? You're at the house. You're going to go to the grocery store quickly to get some ingredients. Why not? What
if she got a coffee stuff to make iced tea? Would that be okay?
She doesn't drink coffee, but
what
if she did, you can drink black coffee. Not no latte or anything.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Not like
an $8 coffee. Well, then I'd have a problem with that too. If you just get a black coffee, that's pretty cheap. And
okay.
Yeah. So
like $4 these days.
Yeah. The other day she went and got a iced tea from Starbucks of all places. That's like the most expensive place in the world to get an iced tea, and they're not known for their iced tea.
And they won't touch your cup.
No, they won't. So it's ridiculous. So, I tried to. Ryan, you feel for me here, right? At least Ryan is. Yeah,
I'm with you, buddy.
See, there you go. I'm with you. there's someone who has. Yeah, he's a billionaire, folks. I'm talking a finance thing here. He's in tune with it. He's like, this is how you become a billionaire. These small things that don't seem like much, like iced teas and stuff like that.
You got to watch the beverage budget.
The little things add up. They're important. If you're like, well, just forget about then you start forgetting not only about the iced tea, but the subscription services and all kinds of stuff. Next thing you know, you're poor. Yeah, but Ryan knows these things.
A luxury once enjoyed becomes a necessity. An iced tea Starbucks. An iced tea Starbucks no longer is a luxury. Now it's a necessity. And now you're in trouble, Akeley.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to stop. There's got to be a line in the sand at some point. So, yeah.
That's right.
I'm working on this. I'm working on it. So
we got your back.
I'm thinking, some jars of Lipton, and then just at the house. Yeah, we'll mix it up. I'll help her with mixing it. Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
It's nice of you. Nice of
you to escape your schedule if she keeps drinking iced tea.
That's right. See, Lenny's coming around.
Oh yeah, Lenny's getting there. He's figuring it out. So. There you go. There's where we're at on our whiskey odysseys. It's interesting. So yeah. And again, Jeff's still he's got the most time in front of him. So he's getting there. Being on the show helps out though. It's kind of it's speeded up his he's going to be a toddler, and before you know it, he'll be a grade schooler and then a middle schooler, and he's getting there. Yeah.
You know
so that's good. So
yeah, the show's been awesome. Meeting people. learning as I'm sitting here.
Yeah. I wish you could do a few more things. That's the only thing.
When I
Your
first
distance
came,
makes it tough.
yeah,
Text
when I
me a
first
list,
came on
Steve.
these
Text me a
shows,
list.
Yeah.
I was so stressed out every single Sunday when I started coming on these shows because I didn't know anything. Also, just to be fair, these shows used to be a little bit more in depth on a lot of things. You gave us a lot of research stuff we had to look up back in the day. And that's when I came into this. And so every Sunday I was getting trashed, and then I'd be like, holy fuck, I need to research what the hell it is that we're talking about on
this
this
was
show.
probably good for you. If you're looking back.
Oh, yeah, because I was researching so much stuff all the time.
Exactly. Yes.
And it was funny because someone asked me just the other day, they're like, do you have to like do like research before going on shows? And I'm like, not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
Like, there's nothing that like I maybe need to like glance at an article if we're talking about something I've never heard about before. But in general, no, like I don't have to do any research.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now it's pretty cut and dry. And also I think that for most people coming on the shows these days, it's pretty cut and dry. Back in the day, Steve, you were making us do fucking homework.
Yeah, we used to have to do homework. We had to
a lot of homework.
Yeah. Not these days. Now it's just more conversation.
Now we're just blabbering idiots at this point.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to me for figuring out a way to make life easier for all of us.
3,000 shows later, huh?
Yeah, it took a while, but I got it down. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
All right, Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com, and come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right. Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me with a flashlight in this fucking dark-ass house. Or you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, thatthingsabvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like we're doing with us, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.